The Hot Rod Pro Stock Pearl. Let me see it.
I can't remember if you got this from TV and then I got it from him. Like that might actually be one of your own.
Hey guys, I just started the stream too. This is the brand new, the newest ball in the market.
No label.
No label. Dang, man. The Hot Rod. This is just the original Hot Rod, right?
I can't remember because I think
No, the Pro Stock Pearl was a green
I
one.
remember we loved both of them. They're both amazing.
That was the greatest.
I haven't quit redrum.
That was the greatest Laurel Lanes ball of all time. And Summit Lanes.
The Hot Rod Hybrid.
The Hot Rod Hybrid. I don't even know if I remember that.
The original hybrid from Shore. Before they even mixed this world, there's like half dollar, half dollar.
That's funny.
I have it at home somewhere if I can find it.
Yeah, bring it up.
They're all broken.
All right, dude. Guys, what's up? How we doing? We look. Look. Why can I not?
Yes, sir.
All right. Look at this bad boy. Phase 2 Pearl. Very standard drill for me. Got a full rack. We're gonna throw it. I think this has been bowled on a little bit. And we got another ball, Ion Pro Solid. We're gonna throw it with. What's up, everyone? How we doing? Happy Monday, right? Big week. Big week ahead. Wow. I don't know what I'm bowling on, but that is early hook and then no hook. What's up? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. What's up? What's up? Teach me your ways. No, why do you want my way? Here's the way. Here's the way. Here's the way. Well, I've gotten 6 and I've gotten 8. We're up there. We're hanging on there. Oh, dang. Brand new Phase 2 Pearl. My TV Bowling Supply released their video. This ball pissed me off. And it's Mikey just throwing it. That's awesome. If you haven't seen TV Bowling Supply, that's Mikey T and Chris Vice channel over there at Pro Shop. It's pretty awesome. What was it? Good afternoon. Who's got Monday Night League? Does anybody have Monday Night League? Look at this thing. Actually gonna hit that with a little surface.
He's making a video and he might end up with a review. And he'll say, look what they do in Arizona when they're not working stuff. They're hanging pieces. That way we're retired with royalty. Yeah. Brent doesn't know that.
Yeah, I'll pay you royalty. And I'll give you about 50 cents.
There you go. Now we're talking.
Hey, it's something.
It's more than I usually get.
All right. Well, slick. I think some house balls went down the lane. Like quite a few of them. Good afternoon, everyone. How we doing? I have Sunday TNBA League and Thursday Mixed League. All right. TNBA League where? What's up? I'm watching from my flight from Boston to Charlotte. You're watching from your flight from Boston to Charlotte. What are you going to Charlotte for? I got to hit this ball. Just a pinch of something. Yeah, we got to wipe it off. What's up with all this oil nowadays? It's so thick. Everything. I think this is actually a 360 grit. Ha ha ha. 360 on the old Phase 2 Pearl. Just kidding. That's the weakest 360 you'll ever see. It's probably a 7,000 pound. Ooh. Much better. Much better. And we're bowling on some string pins. We all know we love me some string pins. Sitting in my office in Charlotte, turned in. Welcome to the city. This must be a Charlotte reunion. What's going on? Should I move to Charlotte? I hear it's pretty nice in Charlotte. The Panthers are 6-5. Who would have thought the Panthers? The Carolina flipping Panthers. And actually they have the same, almost the same record as Chiefs. 5-4, whatever they are. Look at that. Nice little double. What do you say to a bowler who only uses one company to get their equipment from? I don't know. What are you supposed to say? Can we get a better angle to see the ball go down the lane? Can't really see the shot right now. Yeah, let's do that. Here, hold on. I got you. All right, watch this bad boy. Oh. Still kind of warming up, so that's about 220 rev rate. Look pretty good. What's a simple way to increase ball speed? I'm a 200 average bowler and need to keep up with the younger. You don't want to increase ball speed. What do you want to do that for? You want to increase rev rate. Let me tell you, you ain't keeping up with the young kids nowadays. Unless you're two-handed. It's not even possible. Are the pins in focus when I'm throwing, when the ball goes through the pins? Or do I need to get the heck out of there? Okay, yeah, weird with the focusing. I figured. Got it.
So is this it? You're letting everybody see the pearl?
Yeah.
Is this going to be live streamed or you just?
It's live right now. But, oh no, I want me to change anything. Let's try that. Try that. All right, yeah. So it literally looks like a Phaze 2. I mean, they couldn't have nailed the coloring any better. And it just looks kind of like a shiny one. And when you throw it, it kind of rolls exactly like a Pearl Phaze 2. I think I'm and it rolls the 2. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is. Got Pulley on Mondays? The lane's in focus now? Cool. Left. Did you have a party in here last night? I could
A little carry down?
just a little carry down.
should be a female end on there somewhere.
Bolero Chesterfield tonight. All right.
Plug it in down here.
I need to get an OG Zen. Yeah, it was in 25. What do you need to get an OG Zen for? You need to get one of these Phase 2 pearls. It's the money shop. String pins. Hot ticket. Phase 2 pearl equals OG Zen. I don't know. The OG Zen was really unique, actually. This in the Phase 5. I have to look on what exact cover was on the Phase 5. All right. Yeah, I can. Yeah. I'm gonna have to demo some lofted shots because I'm not gonna carry that 10.
But even at that, I don't know what else is right after you.
Here you go. Here's some loft. I got a pin up bridge for me. It's about 5 inches. I got the Phase 2 pearl a little smoother than the AI. Yeah, it was pretty quick. Is the focus still messed up? Haha, so I'm not in focus at all. That's cool. Big hook. Yeah, this ball is actually really good. Yeah, it is. Especially with the, in terms of like pearls, the RST hybrid drive above that. So if you need pearls, RST hybrid drive pearl, and then the Phase 2 pearl, and then this Ion Pro solid. You can tell that's just a little whippier. A little cleaner. Now this Phase 2 core is just smooth. It's just a smooth ball. So you put a pearlized cover on, it's still going to have that really kind of mid-laney. Yeah. I'm totally sure what the kind of get used to that when you throw on strings. Yeah, I'm a pro solid. It is money. Bowling is your favorite sport. Liar. Liar. I'm just kidding. Bowling's my favorite sport too. All right, blue ball. Bowling is a game. It is. Slower. All right. I'm actually happy to see that. As I'm continuing to throw it, it's kind of holding. It's holding well. Hold it.
Don't know where the brakes are at.
Wonder if I. Yeah, there we go. I always try and see like how well the cover kind of holds oil as you throw it. Sometimes certain like actual bowling balls, not like all type of one bowling ball, but the specific one you got just won't handle oil all that well. So kind of like the ball will start to feel a little greasy and kind of just doesn't absorb oil very well. And so I always kind of pay attention when I'm throwing a ball first, how well it absorbs oil. And this thing absorbs oil well for a Pro Life bowling ball. Like it's just continuing to give me some mid lane. Take a person bowling, they'll be happy for a day. Teach a person bowl, and they'll be frustrated for life. Yeah. Saw Brands do a review on it and said he loves it. Barnes, you mean? Yeah. Football is a game also. Yeah. When's the next time you're doing a team championship at Buffalo Lanes? Smoother than the amped? Yeah. I got it. The amp to me can get a little whippy. Yeah, so I'm getting hooked. It's just nice to see. As you throw it, it keeps hooking. Mike didn't like the ball. He did a review on it. Mike who? Well, it's definitely not I mean, I don't think in any condition it's really a bad bowling ball. Nice. It's awesome to see. That is awesome to see. It's hooking. What's my take, Brad? Bowling a sport? I don't know. It's definitely hard, though. I'll give you that. Yeah, it's definitely a sport, but yeah, it's no different than anything else. It might not involve a ton of contact, but the sport comes from competition, though. So if you're just coming in and practicing, it's probably just a game, but if you're out there competing in some certain way, then yeah, sport. Brad, do you bowl every day? Lately I've kind of been. Not every day, but I'm bowling more. Medium quick, yeah, that's a good way to. Oh, Mikey TV Bowling Supplies. He didn't like that ball. No way. So Mikey did a ball review and then actually said he didn't like it. I would give mad respect to him. I got to give him a call today and give him props for doing that because that is ballsy. Yeah, you can pretty much throw this on anything. Anyone going to Oklahoma City this weekend? This is a fresh shot? No, this is actually kind of this is a house shot that has had house balls go down it quite a bit. So it is technically a house shot, but it doesn't really like that. Like that hit right there. That's a house ball go down the lane hit. So it's a house shot, but you gotta. It's not nearly as easy as as it would be if it's fresh. Brad, what is a significant difference between the original Phase 2 and the Phase 2 Pro? See you at the B&K Clinic in January. Looking forward to it. What a significant difference between the original Phase 2 and the Phase 2 Pro? Well, there's really not a huge significant difference. It's just a little cleaner. So just a little cleaner. And it's not going to roll out as much. You're going to be able to shape it a little bit. And in my opinion, when the Phase 2 gets when people stop throwing the Phase 2, when I stop throwing the Phase 2, it's a little slow. That's when we get out of it, is when it gets slow. It's really never like too sharp, angular. So this will probably fill its spot, but in bowling alleys where you need pearlized equipment and not solid. So there's sometimes the Phase 2 is just rolling out because the front's hook and whatever specific reason, and you need a little bit of energy preservation. You'll just go to this. So you probably won't go from one to the other. I wouldn't think. Maybe. Actually, you know what? I'm kind of stupid. You could probably go from one to the other, because my mind thinks of like PBA Tour terms in league and other stuff. Like there's actually probably plenty of scenarios where you can go from a Phase 2. Once that gets a little bit too slow or strong, you just go to this pearlized one. As long as, but it's going to keep relatively a similar overall shape. So if you go from the Phase 2 to this one and it kind of still maybe rolls out a pinch, then you know the ball's done. I got around it. Missed it. Got around it. Any new balls that come out in all the reviews, the PBA Pro do the ball look good. How do I hook a bowling ball? The TX25 solid. No, man, TX16. It's money. I know. I do need to throw better. I will. I can't always throw this bad. I will make a cut again. I will do it. Aggressive. Oh, buddy. Wow. That is. Hey, when I do a lesson down there, was a wash 220 trying to bowl better on sport shots? Yeah, I'll help you out. Is it stronger than the Viking? Nah. Viking's kind of clean. The cover's kind of clean on it, but Viking's core is still strong. It's asymmetric. It's got pretty good numbers. Got after it. Man, I saw a video of Don Barrett the other day, and it was when he won the World Championship, and I was in the stands, actually. That was in Vegas, I believe. Yeah, I think so. Yes, it was. And they did it. If you've ever been to the bowling plaza, you go around South Point, up the escalators, around the corner into the convention center where the plaza's at. Well, they ran these finals. If you go up the escalator and you just hang a right, there's some convention centers out there, and they built a set and some stands and stuff. And Dom goes in there and wins the World Championship. That was my first World Series, I think. He was throwing a storm bite. And the video showed him, like, his swing is like vertical. Like, he doesn't like swing this way, like long here. He gets it like up and then like come. So I think I'm gonna start doing that. Just because it looked cool, you know, you got to put it in your game when you think it looks cool. It does kind of feels pretty good, actually. Hyperdrive Pearl, it's going to be quite a bit weaker. Yeah, Byte, that was 2012, 2013, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was my first or second, because I went out. No, it must have been my second, because my first ever tournament was the World Series in Vegas, and they ran it in the actual South Point Bowling Center, and the lanes hooked. I crossed with Tommy Jones, and the lanes hooked so much. I couldn't believe it. Roll it. So the next year I brought all weak stuff, and they were flooded. And that was kind of also. Let me see you play outside with it. Dude, I got all this hand. I have all this hand. You're going to make me play outside. Haha. That was awesome. Can't believe it worked out. It worked out. What's up, Robin? Good to see you again. His bowling style, ugly. Yeah, Kegel, he two-handed lefty. I don't really know. I think he holds it like this. And then when he starts walking, he goes down. He goes down to like his knee. So he'll like start walking, go down, and then he puts it up and shoves it. Like, dude. Pretty unique. Left. Hey, I found some hook. You guys didn't see that. You didn't watch that. No one saw it. We'll have big years. I thought you were saying I think you, Kyle, and Darren should go two-handed. Maybe I should. I'm actually considering it. I don't know, guys. Look at that. Just don't know. I think it's the way. What's up, everyone? Welcome. How we doing? Hello. I'm gonna put a link in the description. We have some clinics coming up, and I don't know if you're interested. One in Kansas City, one in Pennsylvania. Check it out. We'd love to see it for the holidays. We got a Christmas bash, and then we got one January 17th and 18th, right before the tour starts. Norm Duke. Wow, look at that, dude. That was my most powerful hit yet. And that was no hand. No handstand. Just watched a video with Kyle's mom. Tracy was a great player. Yes, she's a really good bowler. Stuck being at work, but what is the best bowling center has an arcade or casino? Arcade or casino. Casino, best bowling center. I mean, just go to Vegas, find a bowling center. They're all in a casino. I don't know about arcade. That's the line. Wow, whoever told me to do that is nuts. Two-handed is less painful. Only reason I can still play, switched 2 years ago. I mean, I would assume most people have benefited. Where can I message you about doing a lesson? I'm interested. I had a lesson in jazz now a couple years ago. I'd like to get some more thoughts. Yeah, just send us. I'll put our our email in the description. If I don't mess it up, just send us an email. And we have a couple options too. We got a thing called Master of the Lane that Kyle and I have. I'll give you a code for $15 off, I think. It's everything lane patterns. We got a membership. We do some live events, and then, I don't really do personal lessons right now, but I'm not opposed to it. However, probably after the tour. Uh-oh, missed right. Oh my gosh, the 5.7 went last, dude. I mean, I missed that. I completely missed that off my hand. And this to Duke isn't even butter to style guy. Got to be double jointed. Yeah, that guy is. Ball rep, let me know. Yeah, bro. Appreciate it. Hooking me up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was thin to win right there, and it still held. I'm actually got a pretty good. I have a 53% strike percentage. That's the best I got. The best probably ever had. Now go straight up 2. What do you think I am? Like a good bowler or whatever? 2 board? It's not even going to strike. Yeah. I have way too much hand for that line. Imagine Belmo. If I decide to go 2-handed, it'd be great to, dude, should I just. Makes me angry. Because I want to throw it like Pete Weber. That's who, or Norm Duke, or Walter Ray. Up 2. We got to throw the heater, guys. We have to. I wouldn't necessarily say that's up 2, but that's not awful. And it held. Do you ever do something like what you're doing to bail out on somebody? Yeah, you bail out all the time. You bail out half your games on tour. You do whatever. And now 90% of the angles that go down the lane are like sideways. It's either urethane up the lane or sideways reactive. You can't really go sideways with urethane, and you can't go up the lane with reactive. So it's just, it's kind of sort of similar transitions, but every lane transitions a little differently. So most time it's just like get in and hook it. It takes a tournament like the U.S. Open or something to make a big jump like back right or something super low scoring, like Jonesboro, Arkansas, or some of these places we've cold water. I think my fingers came out before my thumb. They're not gonna let me spare it. See, that's one of those. I missed it off my hand and then went going a little bit right, and it already has nothing. When you play outside, do you ever push your index finger closer to my finger? No, I don't really mess with my fingers. I guess I can. I have before. Do you think I need to put some grit on the fresh out of the box? Nah, you don't need to put a whole lot of grit. I mean, if you want to take, a super light pad or something to it, that never really hurts, but I would kind of let the ball do its thing. Big angle. Oh, come on. That's not fair. The string held it up. That was free fall. I think it was going. They got me playing the gutter over here. I love my first ball of Phaze 2, so a pro might be a good add-on. Yeah, you should definitely get this ball. This is like the coolest ball of all time. It pearlized Phaze 2. I mean, same colors. All right, we're going to hook the whole lane here. That's not the whole lane. That was not the whole lane. However, it struck, and it made me look good. What's anything to bowl this weekend? Anyone going to Oklahoma City? I think I'm going to go to Oklahoma City and bowl tournament this weekend. I think I'm doing it. Big tournament, 10 grand on top. Boog and I were going to do a clinic, and he's like, nah, I kind of want to bowl. And I'm like, all right, I think I'm going to bowl too. Oh, yeah. Well, we got it to hook. I felt like Rash on that shot, to be honest. Like, he just lays it into the lane so good. What's the best way to get, because my exponent is all banged up? RST, Pearl, a little stronger. Phase 2 Pearl, mid lane. Ion Pro solid, a little weaker. And what's cool is the Phase 2 really isn't it's not a bad ball down, but it's not, especially if you're in league, if the RST Pearl is kind of burning up or a little too strong and you got to get left, you're generally not going to go to a Phase 2. I mean, you might, but it just kind of a little stronger cover, a little rollier. You're better off going something a little weaker, probably like an Ion Pro Solid or something. But now, since the cover isn't. What about Robars? Brad, love to see a collab with 220 average bowler. I bowled him in a match. Orange County, California. Yeah, we were in Redlands. What about Robars? I don't even know what you said about Robars. Yeah, I think we're gonna come out to California. We like going out there. We'll hang out with Mark Baker a little bit. Hooking it. Oh, roll out. Wow, that come from you. Do you guys have practice today? 3:30? 1 hour? You guys out there? All the way down? All right. All right, we're hooking it. And the loft. Big wheel. Big wheel. Oh, come on. Look at this ball, though. It's like coming in hot. Bud Light Match Games is this weekend in Lincoln. Double Saturday, single Sunday. Last year, Robars won both. Lincoln, dude. They just had the... Was that Omaha or Lincoln, the Tom Sue? I think it's Lincoln, right? Zach Wilkins. Killed him. All right. Big angle. Big angle. Well, pretty good at doing that. Omaha has the Tom Sue. Gotcha. Is Robars on tour full-time right now? There's really not a full-time tour. Being a bowler myself, working at Wendy's in Blue Springs really sucks. You're in Blue Springs? All right. Yes! The big wheel. Look at all that power, guys. You see that power? Dude. What's up, Walt? What's up? What are 2 things you have working on approaching the season? My mentality, for one. I'm not trying to, go out there and hate everybody and everybody hate me. I got to just go out there and enjoy myself somehow. Oh, yeah. Dude. That's the most amount of rotation I think I've ever gotten in my life. I don't even know if that was a lot of rotation. Best balls of the year? I think I am going to do a review of the best balls of the year. Best balls by the year and pick a winning year. Yeah. What's up, Braden? Let's see two-handed. Really want to. You don't want me to pull out the big guns. I'm not trying to show off, you know. See, it's too much power. Got me too strong, you know. From Napa Valley, Strings here, nice. Welcome, Napa Valley. Never been out that way. Never been to Northern California either. Never been to the Bay Area. Nothing. The most north in California I've been to, I think, is actually LA. I've been to Ventura. Oh, yeah. That's the angle I got to get used to for tour. That is the angle. Bowling on house, but it's kind of stick to one-handed. What do you want me to do? Lose? I mean, I think the cat's out of the bag now. I need to solidify how many steps I'm going to take. Because sometimes I want to do a stutter step, and then sometimes North Bay, California, come to Danville, Earl Anthony Bowl. Thanks, Mike. We'll get in. I'll email you later on today, and make sure you got at least something. That'll help you get a little better. With the PBA, would you come back to Earl Anthony? Yeah, I'd love to. I would just want to come to Cali. Just send me to Cali. Especially during the winter months. Let's start a winter tour, a winter bowling tour that goes on 4 weeks in California, first 2 weeks in December, 2-week break. Wow, my angles are. I thought I threw that ball pretty normal, and my angles were like. Yeah, this ball is okay for heavy roll. You just hit it with a little surface. The hop step, I don't know, man. I'm not even sure how I throw it two-handed. Oh, that was horrible. See, I need to create a lag. That's what I need to do. This next one, I'm going to create a lag. I seriously think, in today's bowling game, there are a few times where having a lower rev rate can really work. Probably more than a few, but on the patterns we bowl on, it's not often, but there's just scenarios, bowling centers we go into, where getting the ball down the lane is an advantage. So I think it's important to be able to do that. That is where the heavy rev guys, that's where they struggle a little bit, is getting the ball down the lane, obviously. So when that's working, you got to have something for it. So, I mean, if two-handed gets the ball started immediately and one-handed gets the ball down the lane, then just have both. But the timings are different. But I think if I just sit here and go one-handed, two-handed, one-handed, two-handed, one-handed, two-handed, one-handed, two-handed for like months, 8 hours a day, I think it'd be easy. Oh, no. See, I don't even know how many steps I'm taking. I still throw a Crux Pro. I love that ball. Shot 78 last week. Nice. One of my Norm Duke used to have like a bag of 3 Crux Pros. All right, I'm gonna do this to you again. Come on. Come on. Tips for improving speed for 200 bowlers. Yeah, it's probably you have to create lag and you got to create momentum like with the bottom half of your body. So similar to one-handed bowling, you want to like get to the top of the swing and then kind of hold it there, create some lag. That's what I don't do very good in two-handed bowling. But you have to gain the momentum with like your feet and then lag the swing. So I'm gonna do that here. That's funny. That is funny. Best comparison to Crux Pearl would definitely be the RST Hyperdrive Pearl. It's one of the best balls in the market, best ball in the market. Just get it while it's hot. Get it in the first couple batches. Don't wait. And then this same. All right. Yep. I definitely think it's possible. Darren's definitely the closest because he shoots his spares one-handed, so he kind of regularly throws the ball one-handed as well. And he's the closest right now that we've got to both. But eventually, it's going to happen. Someone's going to be just dynamiting both. But if there's not a whole lot of scenarios where getting the ball down the lane is playing, then you might not do the one-handed approach a whole lot. But, there's been years. That was a good lag. They tried two-handed bowling back in the day. There just wasn't enough ball in the lane, so there's definitely scenarios where one-handed plays. If you could choose a single tour stop to win your first PBA title, which tour stop and why? Choose. It's a great question. That is a fantastic question you have right there. Huh. What would I rather? Where would I like to win? I think obviously I wish. What's up, Benny? Appreciate it, brother. Did you like any of the not urethane balls that came out? Like the two-handed full and deep backswing, very low release, and high hand finish. Man, Jonesboro would be cool. I really don't care. I mean, if I think about the U.S. Open, I think about Indianapolis, Woodland Bowl. That would be awesome. If I think about the World Championship, that's probably the hardest, maybe not the hardest one to win, but generally for the U.S. Open or the World Series, you got to match up on a bunch of different patterns, and it's most games. So the World Championships, like at the end of the day, is probably the one I'd feel most proud about. It's the most patterns, the most people, because it's very international. There's a bunch of internationals get in. For an event that really like captures like a world event, I would say the World Championship does that the best, and that would be the one I would want to win. And then you have the Masters would be awesome, just because that's been a good tournament for me over the years. Look at this thing just keep hooking. That's what we love to see. We don't even care about the result. This thing just allows us to be aggressive. Yeah, get both the Phaze 2s. Would I say I'm good friends with Ryan Barnes? Yeah, I wouldn't say we don't know each other enough to say we're good friends, but yeah. Come on. Nice. Yeah, Ryan is a stud. When Ryan won Team USA Trials, I immediately thought he's a top 5 bowler in the world. Just because that's, I don't know, tough to do. Ha. And his dad one time, I went to the Japan Cup one year, okay? If I were to pick my 2 favorite bowlers, it's you and Ryan. You guys are the coolest people. Yeah, well, we bowled a match. We were in Vegas filming, and we bowled a match against each other. And he's putting it on his channel. Kind of curious. It wasn't a very serious match, but it was pretty fun. And then I also filmed a match with 220 average bowler. And what's funny is I'm not used to bowling matches, so I don't take them very seriously. I kind of just jack around and, talk shit. And I did one with 220 average bowler, and I was like, I don't know him, so I was just like getting to know him. I was like, hey, so what? You just started a channel, So I was like getting to know him while we were bowling a match. So I've kind of had a hard time taking these matches seriously, but it's kind of a genius idea. 220 average bowler. There's a lot of different ways to skin a cat, and hanging out with this guy, he came into Vegas, wanted to film like 15 videos. So he would shoot, get done for the day, go home, and he does all the shooting, all the editing, all the thumbnail work on his phone. And I've just never seen that before. It's so like crazy cool to meet other people that are doing it and to see how they do it. Oh, money. This thing's hook. We're down to 48%. That's not very good. We must have had a cold spell. What weight ball do you roll? I actually did not throw the Stormwick, whatever he calls it, Rhino. Stormwick, Rhino something. Oh, Rhinova. Stormwick. Wow. We haven't went light in a while. That's pretty awesome. Oh, I've thrown 78 shots, and I've struck 37 of them. Yeah, it's Rhinova. Yeah, we filmed a couple. We filmed a couple of videos for Darren's channel too. It was a good time. We did that before the regional. Man, I'm getting way around this thing, and it's just hooking. That's what we love to see. Is your pearl layout the same as your Phaze 2 saw that? Yeah. What is low? Oh, yeah, my strike percentage. Yeah. When you going to bowl nationals, and I know you wanted to get the Eagle. We bowl nationals in June. Beat Kevin McCune. Kevin McCune's hard to beat. He's a good bowler. There we go. Gonna have to roll out. Yeah, ball's good. Ball hooks. Couple things. I don't really pay attention how much I'm striking because I'm playing all over the place, but it's continuing to hook as I throw it. The oil is not really affecting the cover a whole lot, and I can play any part of the line. So that's all you need to know. You drill it any kind of way you want it. It's a middle of the road ball, a little cleaner cover than the original Phaze 2, but same idea of very benchmark. Ah! So you can't dead hand it and throw it to the right. If you dead hand it, you gotta like trap it left. Got my first ball from our group. Benny, what's up? Now I'm averaging 202 at my main house. You guys helped me a lot, especially your coach. That's awesome to hear, brother. Averaging 202, dude. It's pretty badass. Based on what you've seen thus far, would you hit this with service at all? I mean, you can I wouldn't hit it with anything fresh. I mean, I would hit it with maybe a very weak 2,000, 4,000. I mean, if you want to just put a little something, but it's not necessary. I'd say let the ball do its thing. Aha. Well, you can't move left. Yeah, that line right there never plays. I was at the house clinic with Package Group. I would love to go to your clinic as well. Come on. Where are you at? Did you go to Pennsylvania? Were you in the Pennsylvania ones or were you in the California ones? Because we're going to Pennsylvania. And we'll also come to California at some point. All right, we're going to move right. We're playing up 4. Too much hook. I have seen Belmo throw it hard and straight to Headman before. I've seen it. It was in Lincoln, Nebraska, and 37-foot flat. Impossible pattern. I mean, I think there were 2 people plus. I bowled the A squad with him on my squad, and he goes plastic ball, hard and straight to Headman. Goes like 60 or 70 under for the 8 games, which is a pretty good score. Top 30, 40. And then C squad comes around. And here comes this guy, Duke. Pulls out a Belmo ball, pro motion, and plays this line. And goes like 140 over. The second place guy went like +2. So Norm beat the field by 100, more than 100, playing there. So then, around the same year, year before maybe, we bowled the US Open in Syracuse. Was it the year before? What was first? Yeah. And it was the first time they did. Oh, look at my angles. Wow. What is it? It's the first time they went to the new format. Well, this time they did 3 squads, no re-oil. And the lefties didn't show up. No, that was the first year in Lubbock. Maybe the second year was in Syracuse, whatever. And no re-oil for all day, 24 games. And they got so crispy by C Squad that anybody with rev rate, Tom Smallwood was on my pair and he withdrew because he's like, this ain't bowling. Because there was literally no oil on the lane. Oh. And here comes Norm for the 3rd squad of the day. Takes his ball. Now you gotta understand, all the 2-handers are throwing it to the pins. There's not a whole lot of them at this point. There's maybe only 5, but All the high rev guys are throwing it as far as they can. Marshall throwing it literally to the pin. He's taking the whole lane out of play. He's throwing it over the whole oil pattern. And Norm comes in and plays this line. and he led the whole tournament with just he averaged like 250. That's the heater.
Whose fault is it if you miss?
Mine. Hit yours? Oh yeah. Yeah, if I bowl bad, it's definitely the mechanic. You got a rough job. See a little. That's what your ball just keeps going with that.
Third game, that's exactly what does it.
Yeah.
I told him to go grab the mic and say, "How do you get away from the cliff?"
I think you need to move like really far back on the approach. You either need to move really far back on the approach, you need to move right and throw it harder. You got to do whatever you can to eliminate that. You can't like. And then they just get tight. Yeah. Why isn't the OG Ion Pro used more? It's a great house ball. Because the Ion Pro Solid came out and it just, works. This bad boy works. New Pearl Phase 2 is going to win me the next few upcoming tournaments. Oh, yeah, dude. It's one of those balls. Question, when bowling is your non-arm balance, keep your thumb up and down. I don't know what that means. As at the West Virginia one. Oh, they came out. They went to West Virginia? Wow. Well, we're coming to Pennsylvania. So I'll put the here, let's put the link in the description. Check out our clinics. We got 2 of them coming up, one in a month here in Kansas City, and then we got that one in Pennsylvania mid-January. Allentown, baby. Bethlehem. Steel City. Oh, look at this. Max rotation. That ain't right. That ain't right. That was my Tom Baker. They're actually doing some Christmas decorating in here. I'm gonna mess this whole thing up. Working. Yep, that's messed up. Sorry, guys. All right, we're going up 12. That is not up 12. It's actually a great practice to just pick random places on the lane because when you miss, you know which direction you're missing, which tells you where your hips are pointed. So if you try and literally throw it up 12 and it goes to 8, then you know. No coach needs to tell you anything. It's right in front of you. It's also why it's great to hop out here by the gutter too. Which we're gonna do that. We gotta throw the heater though. There's 0 oil up there. I get this a lot, you know, not gonna lie. It's a popular one for me. Yes, we can. We're gonna hook the whole lane. Watch this. I have a meeting coming up shortly. Just want to hang out with you. Thanks, Jacob. What's the strangest things you guys do with other house bowlers? I don't know. You mean like the house bowling? I don't really. I do need to bowl a little bit more lead, but all right. Up 12 again. Hips closed. Much better. That had no hand. That had no hand. People say the Phaze 2 smell good. Let me smell it. I don't have the box with me. Dang it. I got it. We are going to know. It does smell great. It smells really good. But I don't know. Gives me a Christmas vibe. Some kind of mint, peppermint, nutmeg, cinnamon. Wow, I gotta look this up. I gotta look it up. Actually, just tell me. What is it? Cinnamon? Don't clip that. Cinnamon roll. Yeah, dude. It smells exactly like a cinnamon roll. That's pretty crazy. There it is. Oh, too much hook. See, that's one where it was like, it was dead on line, up 12, but I threw it in a slow enough way to where it just kind of started hooking. Frosted cinnamon roll. That's pretty crazy they could do. I mean, that's pretty spot on. And it's just in time for Christmas, too. One of my most nostalgic bowling ball memories was I got an original X Factor for Christmas. And it was like 13 pounds or 14 pounds maybe. And I opened this sucker up and it smelled like chocolate. And I'm a chocolate fiend. Oh. That might have been their first scent ball, was it? The X Factor with the chocolate? Throwing it deeper inside to have it flare out is difficult for me. It's difficult if anybody has trouble playing inside, it's because you're throwing it too hard. If you throw it 4 mile an hour, challenge yours here. Let me throw it 4 mile an hour. Okay. So that out-hooked Belmo. So it's not a rev rate thing. It's just a speed thing. My bowling bag is going to smell like bakery if I get the Equinox Solid in this Phaze 2 Pro. Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. I mean, what could be better? Just getting in the car in the morning on your way to work, eating a cinnamon roll. I don't do this anymore, but when I was driving to high school, I would stop by McDonald's and get a cinnamon roll and a Coke. There's absolutely nothing more that's going to hit your dopamine sensors like a cinnamon roll and a Coke at 7 a.m. And then I'm in science class in the morning going, Rishan. Where's Rishan? Rishan. I have an Ion Max and Phase 2. Any recommendations to combine those two? That would be an Ion Pro Solid, sir. Ion Pro Solid is such a clutch ball. It's the gap ball of all gap balls. And it's solid, and it's blue, and it's good. Oh. How we doing? Yeah. Breakfast of Champions. If I only knew what I knew now. Rishan Letzian is, I will let you guess. Dude, what? Where am I even? That was 99 shots, by the way, guys. 99. Who else is throwing 99 shots today? And if I did another 99, that'd be a lot more than I normally do. I guess I got to look this up, right? I just have to look it up. Oh, you're in Israel. Wow, man. Oh, in Tel Aviv. Wow. I hope you're safe. But I hear Tel Aviv, I was at a poker table one time. There's a guy named Matt Affleck, who's a kind of a popular guy in the poker world for tournaments. And I was at the table with him, and he was having a conversation with somebody, and they were talking about where they'd like to go, and he mentioned Tel Aviv. And that was kind of the first time it was ever really on my radar. Just how beautiful it is, right on the water. Yeah, I mean, you gotta think when you're playing straight and you want your ball to go a little straighter, it's fair for you to be aggressive in a sense of ball speed. But when you're playing these angles, sorry, let me get back in this. When you open and the ball's going away from the head pin, you want to throw it slower than too fast. Like you want your miss to be too slow. And think about that. Like actually really think about the difference between throwing it straight and using speed and then hooking it and wanting your miss to be too slow. Because you need your miss to be too slow or else you're going to run into too many problems. And when you have that kind of mindset of wanting to miss too slow, if you do miss, it's a different whole mindset than throwing straight and using speed. Like it almost feels like you give up in the shot, but you're not giving up. You're giving up compared to what you do to your normal shot. But your normal shot pretty much is overthrown in situations where you struggle. So you throw it your normal way, and then when you start to struggle, then you have a second way of throwing it that's slower, more aggressive with your wrist, get under it, get your elbow bent, get this thing, really in a strong position this way. So I'll give you a demonstration. This is like a straight shot. Okay, you guys see this? Straight, arms kind of straight. Here's a hook shot. Straight, hook, straight. There's a cradle. And you'll hook the ball a lot better when you cradle that thing. And you cradle it by bending your elbow like that. And look at that. So I cradled my elbow on that one a lot, and that thing hooked. That thing hooked so soon, it's crazy. So when I get up against that's essentially where the two-handers can get their ball to roll earlier. They just get in that position a little better. Quicker, easier, smoother, more whatever you want to say it. But it's not impossible to get in that position. You just got to teach yourself the feel of getting in a more powerful position. Also, when you get more loaded here, it's going to knock off some ball speed because now it's just harder to fling it. You're going to roll it. And so now, right now, you feel like you can't miss it at the bottom at all. If you miss it with rev rate, if you miss it with a little bit too speed, whatever the case, that's when you struggle with hooking the ball. When you get your hand in the right position from the cradle and the slow enough ball speed, you can actually miss it off your hand and it still goes lights and strikes. And that's how you know you're doing it well. You know by your misses. If you throw one, you miss it off your hand and it strikes where it normally doesn't, then you know you're throwing it good or correct. But there's also only so much you can do here. You can only get so loaded and you only get so straight. So just have a loaded release, have a straight release, and then just bounce back between the two. And also when you get in a powerful position like the cradle, it kind of helps you use your legs a little bit more as well. Everyone's a little different. There's probably a couple things you can work on as well, but when you get in a powerful position, you can because most people, when they have a hard time hooking it, they try to hook it and it ends up being too much ball speed. But when you get in a powerful position, you don't have to try and do anything. You just let it go because your brain knows it's in a powerful position. So if you're in that position, then the arm just comes through and the hook happens on its own. So on these last couple, I've really been cradling it, and I'm getting so much more hook. It's hard to overthrow it. It's actually pretty difficult to overthrow the ball when you get that loaded. So now I'm gonna get in a really strong position and then be aggressive with it. And still got too much hook. So, we struggle when we're hooking the ball because we feel like we got to be too perfect. And the second we miss a little long or off our hand, it's too long. And then the ones we actually do throw pretty good come in light and plaque a 10. And we try and switch balls and it doesn't work. Then we try and move right. And then we kind of just wasted those 6 or 7 frames because now we're moving back closer to the friction that's coming to us. So then we split because and go high. And then we try and bounce back left. And then we kind of 2-pin or whatever. And yeah, no good. Whereas if you just get left, get a very strong position with slow ball speed, you bypass all that. You don't have to move back right at all. You get the ball to hook from left. The transition comes to you. And then you just get to stay there and shoot 300. And I've actually noticed on tour, I have to get in that position way more. I have to get in this insane loaded, I have to be, there's no weak, I have to be the most stable, powerful position possible, whatever that may be, which always just ends up me being just getting my hand under it, whatever I got to do to get my hand more under it, actually. There's only 2 ways, wrist and elbow, that's really it. But I also noticed that when I try and really get my hand under it with some wrist and elbow bend, I can get into my slide easier. And that's actually pretty good positioning for me. I need to. That's a good drill. So Clifton, do you think either way works? Whoa. Gigliotis. It's interesting. What made you pursue bowling as a career? Because I'm stupid in everything else in life. I haven't done anything. There's no release date as of today. They're still in the beta phase. Of what? What are you guys talking about? You got an app? You got a game? I haven't struck in 6 shots. I'm 9 for 2. 2 for 9. Look at that. A little less hand. The beautiful thing, imagine this, for you people that hate hooking the ball, they're terrible at it. Imagine you getting to the point where it's hooking too much and you can actually kind of have a smoother release to get it from hooking too much. That's a good place to be. That's the best place to be. I tried to keep going left. PBA Pro Bowling 2026. Yes. I'm actually going to put that link in the description as well. If you guys are on PC, download this game. You leaving, Mike?
I am.
All right.
Let me know when you can stay around for that.
You bowling tomorrow? You
I'll-
doing tomorrow?
Oh yeah.
All right.
I'll be here. We got a few for the clinic.
Yeah.
So we didn't break.
Huh?
We didn't goose egg. So that's good.
I think we're gonna get more.
Oh yeah.
We didn't get that out until what, middle part?
No, we just started talking about it.
Yeah. So absolutely. I
Yeah.
think we'll do all right.
Yeah.
You'll do all right. I'll be open regardless.
No, I think
Very good point. Very good point.
all right, brother. James. One final question. When do you know it's time to change your ball to a weaker one? I have a non-storm pearl, sorry, and then a much weaker hustle RIP. How do you know when it's time? I mean, it's trial and error. I mean, you trial and error enough until you just, you know, it's like, all right, I've done this a million times. But then you also will come across a night where, like, you don't do it because you're kind of used to it not working. And then you go to it like the 10th frame because it's like, screw it, whatever. And then it goes like 3 in a row, 10 back, perfect. And you're like, what? That's the way bowling works. But you have to test it. For one, I would really become familiar with the difference between that and your other balls. So throw it in practice a little bit just to see how weak it is. See how it's handling oil. So if a really weak ball like a hustle is not absorbing oil very well and it's coming back slimy, if the ball's slimy, you better be bowling on some wood or something because that ball's not going to hook very well. But it's really dependent. So one thing to really look for is what the reaction of the ball is doing. So if you're throwing some pretty good shots and the ball's rolling out, and then maybe you move a little right or throw it a little slower, and then it sees a lot of friction and then overhooks. If you start to get like this over-under effect, that ball's rolling out and it's just the core's too strong. You need to go to something weaker. And then once that ball starts rolling out, then you go to something weaker. There's two categories that determine strength, RG and diff. Sometimes you need to go to a ball that flares less, which is the Ion Pro Solid. That's why it's such a great gap ball. Similar to a IQ Tour, except IQ Tour is symmetric. It's awesome to have a benchmark ball like that, like a gap ball that's good and asymmetric like the Ion Pro Solid because just the mid-lane shape it makes. So a good bowler would determine if they need less flare or whatever. Most of the time it is a little bit less flare, but also just, weaker cover. So you got to trial and error depending on the building you're in, depending on how you throw it, where you want to throw it. But to determine whether if the ball's too weak, it'll give you the same problem. So it's a little tricky. If the ball you're throwing is too strong and it's seeing the mid lane too hard, and when it hooks a little early, it just takes off, and then when it doesn't, it just buckets. you'll get the same kind of reaction with a really weak ball, the over-under, and I'll tell you it's too weak. So there is a little bit of a gap there, but it's kind of the same idea. Obviously, if you're throwing a hustle and you're getting that reaction, it's not too strong. And if you're throwing an ion max and you're getting that reaction, it's not too weak. So you definitely have to trial and error. And then there's obviously like balls that are just for the situation way too weak. And then there's balls that'll like get to the pocket, but it'll just like come behind the head pin and plaque a 10. And they make you feel like it's pretty close and that it's kind of the ball and like whatever. But if you throw a ball for 4 or 5 shots and it doesn't strike, you need to get out of it. You need to try something else, generally. Unless you want to make a big move. But if the thing you're doing, if you feel like it's close and it's not giving you anything, then there has to be some adjustment. Now, you could get more aggressive. You could really try and just increase the rev rate and aggression and kind of give it all you got. Like that. And that'll create some off hits. That's an adjustment you can make. Just like that off hit right there. Long-time viewer, first-time commentator. Tegas, what's up? What's up, Kenny? If I leave a couple 9 counts on good shots, it's time to get into a ball that will go through the pins better. Yeah, or you can just like grip it and rip it. Would you guys come to Arkansas? We would open to hosting at our center. What center are you in, Tristan? Arkansas, I bowled at a center in Hot Springs, obviously Jonesboro, and Little Rock, maybe. I'm not sure if we bowled it. I've thrown this ball about 110 times. How many games is that? See, that's why these games add up. These shots add up. Strikers in Russellville. Hot Springs is probably Liberty Lanes. Yes. Can you get uber soft with one shot? Man, you're speaking my language there. Can I get uber soft, please? This is the dream. Too much hook. Man, it's kind of amazing that most people think in order to get the ball to hook more, you got to spin it faster, but that hooked too much. And I tried to spin it the least. It's like, that's a big eye-opening thing for the sport is like, maybe there is another way to go about this outside of me just trying to smash on it. Because when you try and smash on it, what ends up happening is you follow through really hard, and then it just becomes a ball speed. Unless you want to cut off the follow-through. Oh, did you guys see that? Like the old Don Barrett. Stu Williams. Five and a half games. All right. Is it? On the spare two? Let's try and 3-step this next one. Try my old Chris Prather. Yo. Big fan, my name is Kaylin. I am 14. Is it okay if I'm on here? Does this live have an age restriction? Just curious. I don't know. I'm not totally sure. You're more than welcome to watch me throw this bowling ball, though. All right. Max rotation. I have to get really good at like rotating the ball. It's just very difficult, some of these pairs, to play like angles like that. Oh, now you want a two-handed shot? What? Want me to bring out the big dog? What's better on heavy oil, shiny or dull? Dull. I leave the same thing. Every single two-handed shot, I leave a 6-pin. With everyone throwing it faster and harder, are there any folks going the opposite route and throwing a softer and more touch? The same? No one's throwing it faster and harder. Not a single person on this planet that is chasing tournaments is throwing it faster and harder. They're hooking the ball way better. And they're doing that with slow ball speed and a million different hand positions and a million different lofts. So if you see a lot of the guys like Eric Jones, they now have like a loft developed into their game, and they can lay it down smooth, they can loft it, they can throw urethane, spin it, they can do whatever release with reactive. But it's very rarely is it throwing it faster and harder. All right, what am I doing? Two-handed? Yeah, let's try and actually like get a. Oh. I would throw it like Boog. That's kind of how I would want to throw it. Trying to learn to bowl one-handed. Why can't I get my ball speed and my spin up? Feels like when I throw harder, my hand flattens out. Yeah, don't throw it harder. No, don't throw it harder. Don't throw it harder. Don't throw it harder. Now pick it up. You know dang well I ain't picking up no dang 10-pin. Two-handed. Man, I shipped this ball to Vegas and back, and there's just some got some war wounds. Oh, look at this. Boy's too good. He's too good. Come on. When would you recommend the step back approach like Weber? Yeah. I would quite literally never recommend the step back. Just don't do whatever Pete does. Just don't do. Okay. Whatever Pete does, don't try to do. I've tried to throw it like Pete my whole life. It's not possible. Even if you like have the same swing as him, you can't get your hand in the same spot. He has like all rotation. I'm gonna go two-handed again. All right, but I'm gonna barely put my fingers in because I want to hook less. Come on. Yeah, I just sent it to the dry. I gotta get a few different angles here. I live here in Washington. Actually, bowl with some. You need Dean Richards, dude. Dean Richards is one of my favorite people. Me and that guy have so many stories. I probably have more stories with Dean than I have with most people in my life. We lived together for 2 years, probably 3 years, back in the college days, which were crazy days, which were nutty, fun days. Come on. Got a little more around that one, and I create a little bit more hook. I know I'm coming out of the shot, but am I transitioning to two hands? I don't know if I'm gonna have a choice. Not saying like all the time it's great to be two-handed, but it doesn't seem to be a bad time to be two-handed. And get it like if it gives you an extra hit a game, you know, that adds up over a season. Am I the only guy to ever almost 5-pin two-handed? Got it out though. You got it out. With the old man, Robert Smith. I only got a wild streak. The ball just takes off on any friction. Trying to learn spin one-handed. Is there a trick or secret to be more controlled, consistent? I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't. I feel like there's a lot of ways to get better two-handed now. I don't know if you actually really want to go to one-handed just to develop a little less revs. I would much rather you develop some serious speed two-handed. It just doesn't. There's not a whole lot of scenarios where you want a whole lot of less rev. Okay, that was the most speed I've gotten yet, so I'm getting there. Oh, well, I mean, it looks what, two-handed easy? You watched me? How do you prevent your elbow from flaring? I've kept mine. Stick a towel in between your elbow and your body. Yeah, Simonson's very versatile two-handed. I've seen a lot of kids bowl two-handed now, and I still think Simonson's probably the most versatile. He can get low, man. His loft game's not as good, but anything else on the lane, yeah, he's pretty money. Oh, okay. That's about as bad as it gets. Steven Padilla. Love that guy. Is it Padilla? Or is it Padilla? I always said Padilla. Once told me it's better to have revs and work on control than have control and need to produce revs. Yeah, I mean, revs are, dude. That's the only reason the two-handed release is so popular, is just because revs. It's just revs. Very rev-heavy style. And, the sport goes to wherever they can, whatever gives them the best chance to strike. And so just follow the sport. Crazy to think I'm rocking the OG Hammer Black Widow. Yeah, that is kind of crazy. I think it's Jason Mamani or the original. I think it's either Jason Mamani or Kyle Troop two-handed. Yeah, it depends on the day about them. Darren is phenomenal two-handed. He's the best bowler he's ever been. I don't even know if I can beat Darren. I used to think I could beat him. Now it's like, I don't know. I bowled him in that regional, and he crushed me. I went to his pair, couldn't hit it. Is that two-handing? Yeah, I'm a two-hander now. I'm a two-hander now. Oh, come on. A 5'7"? Maybe I'm not a two-hander. Maybe I'm not. Louis Napolis is as good as both. I've never seen. It ain't always about rev. He does very well on low revs. Yeah. But watch Bill O'Neill's Kid Bowl. That'll tell you. All right. We're getting pretty good at this two-handed thing. I am two-handed. Oh, you're starting two-handed, and I cannot figure out how to throw right of the lane. I don't know, man. I wish I had a better feel. Am I defending my title to Bradley? That's a great question. I don't think so, because they moved it to March. And we are bowling tour. So, all right. For the double? We throw a double two-handed? Oh, I missed right. It's perfect. It was perfect. My favorite ball right now, RST Hybrid Dry Pearl, Phase 2 Pearl, Ion Pro Solid. Bang, bang, bang. Little three-peat. Can't mess with that little three-ball arsenal. How do you do it striking? Are you from America? If you're not from America, where are you from? Hopefully it's a really rich country. Anybody rich in here? Like got like, let's say, 100, nah, what is rich? 50 million? All right, 3 in a row. Nope. Missed it off my hand. Missed it. At least it didn't go high, though. Did not go high. Oh, yeah, Vikings good, too. A little on the weaker asymmetric side. You should do local league play. Darren had a lot of practice doing two-handed whole late season. Yeah, dude. Think about how much Darren has bowled over the past couple of years two-handed. He's got a ton of shots in two-handed. He bowls league. He switched in the middle of tour. In between weeks, he went home and practiced like 7 days in a row, like 4 hours a day, only throwing two-handed shots. So he's probably got thousands of hours. Not thousands of hours. A lot of hours. A lot of shots. All right. Getting the feel here. What's up, Jam Jam? I never use grip. Please tell me advantage and where to start. I don't know. Against the DNA coil, well, it's going to be a pinch weaker. You know, it's designed to be a pinch weaker. Be more smooth, a little more controllable. I tested one of the Iron Pro Solid and the Hybrid 40. Surprisingly, the Solid was the best ball, which I thought the 40 would be the best conditions. No, yeah. Hybrid 40 is good. It's pretty, the high roads and the IQ Tours are unique bowling balls. They're kind of unique in the RG and diff, so they. All right, I'm going to try to. I don't know what I'm trying to do. This is going to have more ball speed, but we're also going to be aggressive. That was an aggressive follow. An aggressive follow through. That's so bad. I know it looks bad. I know there's zero lag, and it looks like I'm 90 years old doing that. Have you bowled at a Hermitage USBC bowling league? I don't know. Wow. I bowled my whole life one-handed. I've never had a flush strike like that. Don't have me introduce you to my size 16 hammer and nail purple bowling ball. Come on. We have a double? Turkey? Oh, come on. Where the heck am I bowling at right now? A place called Aaron's Family Fun Center. That's a Stephen Woodward. What up? I've got a turkey two-handed, guys. 3 in a row two-handed. Can we go for 4? Whew. All right. Oh. I can't do a bag of ball. You're getting greedy. I finally had a turkey. Now you guys want to back them. Are you kidding me? You guys are sick in the head. 4-bagger. Come on. 5 in a row, two-handed. No one's ever going to believe this. No. I thought the walk-off 3 lanes was going to help it hold. Man. I just messed that up. Saw you on Facebook talking about getting the hand and fingers close to the side of the body. Yeah. What do I mean by what? Well, I just ruined my streak of strikes. I almost have a better strike percentage doing this way. It is kind of the same though, as in a sense where it's like, even if you go two-handed and get the revs immediately, in order to become a really good bowler, there's like a lot of touch that you got to develop. A lot of different angles you got to be able to throw. No, I can't throw like Chris Prather. I don't even know if I can throw it one-handed. Let's try. Oh. Wow. See, that's my problem is now trying to throw it one-handed. It's like, well, it kind of feels like it sucks. My ball doesn't hook. So now I got to throw it really slow. And I had 2 quick fingers. What do you mean by getting them toward the inside? Funny when I bowl against my better competition. I am my best self and win, but when it's an easy opponent, I do stupid stuff. Yes, OJ, check his YouTube. He has music for the last 5 years. Yeah, Kevin. Kevin can fart the stars name. That's funny. I think this Neville's Rodney guy is a Russian bot. He's a political bot trying to rile me up. Dang. I thought that was pretty good. We've got 5 misses in a row. Now we go back to two-hand. I'm gonna make a compilation video of all the shots of me 4-5-7ing, because that's 3 two-handed today. Wow, I cannot believe 4-5-7 3 times. I'm having trouble throwing the ball. How do I left to right? How do I get my arm to finish motion? I don't know what that means. But just videotape yourself. So use your camera on your phone and just pay attention to what you look like when you strike, when you miss, if there's a difference. Become very familiar with your game. Holy cow, we've been live for 2 hours. I'll let the Russian bot know we already have it bad enough in America. We don't want to move to Russia. And no, you can't claim USA. Wait. Bad enough in America. We don't want to move. He is. This Neville's Rodney guy. He's a bot, dude. When did I start bowling? I started when I was like 8 years old. One-handed. It's not bad. It's not how I normally bowl. It's pretty weak, but oh, we got to call out. You're one-handed and you're right-handed. Now I know you're a bot. Those don't exist. Nope. What's the most aggressive bowling ball in the world? Probably, I don't know, Max, something really strong. I actually would assume Storm's probably coming out with some kind of high-end ball at some point. I mean, that's literally totally a guess. I have no clue, but I would assume a strong ball like an Ion Max would be coming out in probably the next 6 months. They kind of just run its course. They go the Sherlock. What was after the Sherlock? The virtual gravity might have been before the Sherlock, and the Sherlock and Ion Max. There was one before the Ion Max too. Maybe a couple before the Ion Max. Oh! At this point, I'm going to be so used to bowling on strings that bowling on regular is going to feel weird. What's up, Calvin? Did I bowl at 200? I don't know, man. More than likely not. My average is about 170. Cannot believe I've been live for 2 hours. All right. One strike, one two-handed, one strike, one-handed. We have a turkey, by the way. Almost did it again. All right. Counts. Count it. All right, now we got to strike one-handed. With the Phaze 2 Pearl, up 10 board. Too fast. Wow, too furious. How am I feeling about the end of the year? Get everything you wanted out of the season? Nah. Bowling wise? No, man. I want to bowl a tournament every day of my life. Oh, that was money. All right, guys. That's a lot. How many shots? 149 shots. I guess I got to throw one more. I got to give some love to the Ion Pro Solid. Make it an even cool 150 shots today. Same line. No. That thing didn't read at all. No, we got in there. Got in there, guys. I appreciate you. If you're interested in a clinic, just click this link, check them out. Got a couple different ones. Maybe still got one in the Denver in the works a little bit. If you guys are in Denver, just keep a lookout. Email us if you want any kind of coaching. We got a couple different products that could help you. I'll put my email down there. And then if you download the video game, just use one of our codes. It'd be really cool. PBA Bowling 2026, we're in it, and it's a pretty fun game. You can do a lot of different stuff. It's pretty tough. You can throw a couple of different bowling balls. You can use some speeds. The lane patterns break down. Pretty fun game. So, alrighty, if you got league tonight, good luck. If not, we're dropping a video tomorrow, and then I'll be live Wednesday. So we'll see you guys there. Checking in from the Netherlands. We'll see you later.